so much inventory right now, it's ridiculous. I usually get weary of making these types of videos. Oh, I probably have like 150 items here. Some of this stuff is going to wholesale, like 100, and then the other 50 I'm going to list for a live sale. I usually get weary of making these videos, but you guys find them helpful. I always tell you guys, I keep it real. We go through the good, the bad, and everything in between about reselling. And I'm going to talk to you about how I was recently banned. So it's not an exaggeration. I call it a ban. You can call it what you want. If you didn't know, using stock photos is a no-no. I always say, you guys, I don't tell you how to run your business. I just tell you what's going on with mine, and you can, you know, learn from everything that happens to me. Let me be your guinea pig, especially if you're newer to reselling. Or sometimes I just share some stuff with, you know, the oldies but the goldies. Like some of you have told me you've been resellers longer than I have, like 25, 30 years. And you're like, oh, I didn't know that. So any hoozles, if you didn't know, using copywritten photos is a no-no. And any photo that you do not take yourself, especially if you're using a photo from a big brand or a little brand, or any photo that you did not take, you probably cannot use it in your listings. I have always been totally transparent with you guys about that. And there's always like 2 or 3 people that will comment on my video, and I'm very honest and say that I use stock photos, and they're like, you're supposed to be an inspiration and you're supposed to be a good role model, and how can you tell people to use stock photos? Let me repeat myself before we move on. I am never telling you to use stock photos. If you guys decide to use stock photos, proceed with caution. You do what's best for your business. I'm not telling you. I'm actually telling you not to use them. And if you do it, you do it. You know, it's your business, okay? I'm making that very clear. Now, me, myself, and I have used stock photos for almost the entirety of my 15 years of reselling, you guys. And I've been okay doing it, but occasionally you will have certain brands that really get upset about it. And at first it was just eBay. I started reselling on eBay 15 years ago. That was my first platform. That was my only platform for about 8 years until I discovered Poshmark in 2019. Even Poshmark, bye. Drive safe. Nana's heading out. Even Poshmark, we already said I love you and all that stuff, if any of you are wondering, and hugs. I do that every time. Always kiss your parents, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. So Poshmark has even started getting, like, giving little slaps on the hand. A lot of you have told me that you've gotten warnings from Poshmark about certain brands that are like, hey, don't use our stock photos. I actually received my first one ever, like 6 months ago, for Anthropology home goods. They were like mugs, and I got an email from Poshmark saying they were actually removing the listing because I was using the photos. I'll be honest, I've told you guys the reasoning that I will use stock photos occasionally. I'm actually moving away from it, and I'll explain why. Is because sometimes I'm selling very expensive items, and it just helps for the person buying to see it on a body. It is just, I mean, I've been doing this so long that I know that is what it is. Can I get a mannequin? Yes. Can you create your own stock photos? Yes. I found a very helpful video from another reselling YouTuber. I discovered this video whenever she put it out. I'll link the video down below. And she teaches you step by step how to make your own stock photos, basically how to use a model, like an AI model, and create your own stock photos. So I am actually moving away from using so many like branded stock photos and moving more towards doing my own stock photos. It does take a little bit more time in editing, but I promise you it's been so worth it. And I sell my items for so much more as opposed to just putting it on a black background. So basically I was banned on eBay for 3 days because I used a Skims stock photo. Now, a little bit of background about me. I started selling Skims in 2021. I started doing it predominantly live selling. I was literally like one of 2 live sellers at the time selling it on Whatnot, and now like everybody sells Skims. It's not super special to be a Skims live seller. So what I did was I started being more selective with my Skims sourcing. I used to take any Skims I could find. I was buying pallets of it, thousands of pieces at a time. Now I'm really selective with what I take, and 99% of it I list because it just sells for more. It just does. Like the right buyer comes along. And Skims, if you don't know what it is, I'll put some photos on the screen. Kim Kardashian's like loungewear, intimates wear, shapewear, and now full clothing brand line. I'm sure most of you know like shapewear's line, anything that's meant to suck you in. It helps to see what it looks like on a body. Skims sells a lot of plus size items. It helps to see what your item's gonna look like if you're like a 2X, 3X, 4X model. So I've always used their stock photos, and I've been selling that, like I said, for almost 4 years. I've sold thousands of pieces of Skims. I did the math. I've sold 4,200 pieces of Skims in the last 4 years, you guys. That's just Skims. I'm not just a Skims seller. I sell many other things, as you guys know, so it's a lot. I have never been hit with a Vero on eBay on Skims, ever. And every single piece of Skims I've ever sold on eBay, I have always used a stock photo. Don't judge me. Do not get mad in the comments. I know. Okay, if there are any of you that use stock photos, because I often feel like I'm on an island by myself, and then I go and look at your guys' listings, and all of you are using stock photos. So if any of you are comfortable saying you use stock photos, please put it in the comments, because I cannot tell you. I usually get like I said, it's like 2 or 3 comments where they just rip me to shreds about using stock photos. And I'm like, hold on. You do realize I'm not the only one doing this. Like, calm down. I understand I have this platform. I'm not trying to like be on a soapbox and be like I'm perfect and tell you guys I do everything right. I do not, you guys, but I am an honest person, and I tell you the truth, and I tell you what I'm doing in my business. So if any of you are comfortable saying, please comment down below that you also use stock photos too, and I'm not the only one. So then maybe I'll receive less of the hate comments for being honest. So I've always used Skims, never had a problem until 2025, you guys. I call it a ban. Some of you may think it's not that extreme, but in my opinion, when eBay tells me I can't list for 3 days, that is banned to me, because that is a huge hit to my business. So I have no warning. Usually when you get these Veros, it's a violation. Basically, it's eBay. A Vero is eBay's slap on the wrist saying, hey, you're doing something bad. Cut it out or you're going to get in trouble. Usually you'll get a warning before you get this like ban that you can't list. I had no warning. I've never received a Vero for Skims. They basically sent me an email and was like, it's Skims. The brand is saying you're using their intellectual property, which I am. They don't like that. You cannot list for 3 days. Now, had this happened on a Monday or something, I would have been like, oh man, this sucks, whatever. As you guys know, a lot of you know, my listings that are going up, like today is Tuesday. The listings that are going live today, my virtual assistant and I listed 2 weeks ago. So all of the listings that I had to schedule to go up were Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My VA and I have a ton of listings going live on the weekend because that's when I make the bulk of my sales. Can you believe this email came Thursday night? And they said that the listing ban basically starts Friday and will end Sunday. And I was like, ah. You guys know I don't cuss on this channel. I try not to cuss, period. But I wanted to say so many expletives. Like just back to back to back. So I'm just, the only reason I'm sharing this story, because I know I'm going to get some comments. And, but I keep it real with you guys, just so you know, using stock photos, and I've told you this many, many times, is a big no-no. I don't recommend it. I do it in my business because so far the risk has been the reward has been worth the risk. I've gone unscathed. This has only happened to me one other time in 15 years of selling on eBay, and I'm not lying. All of those 15 years I've used stock photos. This has only happened to me one other time. And what brand was it?
Mommy?
Yes?
I was trying to lay down and I was trying to put my sheet up on my shoulders, and the sheet won't stay on my feet.
But I taught you how to put the sheet on.
I know, but you put it on my sheet, but I was pulling my sheet up on my shoulders, and then
Toddler life. He needed me to put a sheet on. So, moral of the story, don't use stock photos, you guys. I've actually started pulling away. This one was an eye-opener for me, I will say, hence the video, because I was like, you know what? That really hurt my business. That like tanked my weekend sales. I still had a bunch of sales, but not as many as I usually do on the weekend. Usually on the weekend on eBay alone, I'm having about 20 to 40 sales a day on the weekends, you guys. I run sales on the weekends. I send out coupons to repeat buyers on the weekend. And I also have the bulk of my weekly listings going live. So it really stunk. And at that point, finally, it was like, okay, you know what? The reward is not worth the risk. And it kind of stunk that they didn't give me any warning. Usually they'll give you, so like I said, the last one, was it UGG or it was what brand was it? Comment down below the brands. A lot of you know the brands that are known for giving you Veros for using their stock photos. I can't remember which brand it was. It was a couple years ago. I did a video on it and they gave me a warning first and then I used another stock photo. And then like a month later, they put this three-day ban on. So that was couple years ago though, so 15 years twice is not bad, but I'm pretty sure this is going to keep happening. So like I said, I will link that video that I found down below, super helpful on how to make your own stock photos. Definitely give her a follow, it's very helpful and I really like her videos. So I've been doing that. You do need Canva and CapCut, but you can use free versions of both. I pay for both of those just because I have YouTube and Instagram and I make TikToks and stuff. So to me, it's worth it to pay for the pro plans, but you don't need the pro plans, I'm pretty sure, to follow her steps. Take a look at it. I'm going to move more towards that, especially for my higher end stuff. And it doesn't take me long to do it because I'm getting faster at it. So I'm going to move more towards that in the future. So yeah, that was a bummer. I thought I would share. Don't rip me to shreds. Okay, I'm not the only reseller using stock photos. Don't mess with me. I feel like I haven't shown you guys on YouTube the storage unit in a while. It's kind of a mess because we are reorganizing. By we, I mean hubby. Mostly, I'm not really doing much. He's reorganizing it for me. So he's going to be stacking these up and putting them away. But I'm actually here to pick up items for a wholesale order. I have one of my wholesale people. I send her 300 to 500 items a month. So I'm sending her 300 items this weekend. So it's a lot of work, but it's quick cash and it's all stuff from the Goodwill outlet and I'm totally transparent with her. She knows that. Well, no, that's not true. I would say like 80% of her order is Goodwill outlet and the other 20% are things from pallets that I get from liquidation or things that I thrift that are new with tags. So 80% of her, like 70-80% of it is pre-owned. 30% of it's like new with tags, new without, boutique pieces. So that's going to take up, that'll probably 300 items will probably take me like under an hour, probably less. I'm really fast with packaging, you guys. When you've been doing this so long, I've been a reseller for coming up on 15 years, you get really fast at some of these things. So I'm here to pick that up. I'm going to put those things in my Hulkin. Some of it I already have at home. And then I am also picking up 15 orders to ship out. And today's Saturday, friends. So I always tell you guys, I ship 6 days a week. And I'm pretty lucky that where I live, I have a couple of post offices that stay open till 5 o'clock on Saturdays. I know that's not the case everywhere. Some of them close at 12, but I have 3 that close at 5 on Saturdays. So it's really nice. And I also have one, I forget what it's called. Is it a distribution center? It's open Sundays. So as long as I drop it off at the back of the garage, they'll ship it out. They'll like scan it and start the shipping process on Sundays. I think that's called a distribution center. So since I have access, well, it's really loud. Since I have access to shipping 7 days a week, I take advantage of it most days. I usually do take Sundays off. I'm not going to lie. But 6 days a week, most of the weeks, you guys, I am shipping things out. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Just giving you a little update. I guess I could show you some things that sold. I also film like short form videos here. I haven't been posting the short form videos on YouTube as much because they just perform better on TikTok and Instagram, because I feel like those are platforms that, you know, that's where short form content was born. And a lot of it you guys have already seen. So I just filmed a couple short form videos, and I'm going to pick up the items and I'm going to go home and ship them out. All right. Some of you said you want to see the couponing content. So here you go. I just finished a work meeting. I am about 2.5/3 hours outside of Los Angeles in a place called Bakersfield, California. And I thought, I've got some time before I make the journey home. Why not go do some couponing? So any guesses on how much I paid for all of this, friends? I'll let you take a guess. It's a little loud here. It is also the last day of February, and it is currently 89 degrees here. It is very hot. We're having like record-breaking temperatures in Southern California. I paid $10 for all of this stuff, you guys. So I just started couponing, you guys, for things that we need/want in our family. I don't do it to like build a stockpile. I don't have space for that. And yeah, so I just try to get the stuff that's on sale that I can get for a good deal that we need or want, or things that I can donate to our local women's shelter. So I think all of this for $10 is pretty good, you guys. Just one of these are 2 packs of the Neutrogena wipes. These retail for $14 in my store. So basically I paid for less than one of these, and then all of this other stuff was just free. It's great, you guys. So I got the popcorn, the cereal. The popcorn's, for me, popcorn's my favorite snack. Cereal, I'm either gonna give to hubby or donate. Our women's shelter loves food donations. The Oreos I got for the kiddos. I don't know that my kids have ever had Oreos, you guys. And they're 4 and 2. But I mean, this was on such a good sale. To get all of this for $10, I was like, I can't pass this up. So yeah, I got 4 of these makeup remover wipes. I'm going to take that to the women's shelter. One I'm going to keep for myself. I think it was my dermatologist that told me that makeup remover wipes can cause premature wrinkles. I think that's I don't know. I stopped using them a couple years ago when she told me that, but I keep 1 pack for myself because sometimes I put like makeup on my hands, you know, like foundation and stuff before I put it on. So it's nice to just have 1 on hand. But little fun fact from me to you. I don't know how valid that is, but as soon as she told me that, I was like, I don't need to be using these on my face. Yeah. So I got all this for $10, you guys. These I'm going to use as giveaways. Maybelline Baby Lips Lip Balms. I'm pretty happy with myself. $10. So yeah, I do couponing, you guys, to get stuff, like I said, we need or want. It's fun to me, and it's a nice way to get stuff at a discount. If I have put a limit on myself that if we don't need it or want it, I'm not going to coupon for it just to have it, just because I don't have the space. And you, as most of you know, as resellers, we're always all about using everything we can. So pretty happy with my little couponing session today.